Hello, hello, hello. Happy spring equinox, my lovely, delightful Libras. How are you doing? How are things going? I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. I think that this reading is going to be spectacular, and perhaps not in the sense that everything's going to be wonderful and perfect and amazing and positive, quote unquote, but in the sense that it will be exactly the message that we need and the work that needs to be done to move forward in our lives. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button. Let's get into your reading, shall we? Okay, so we're gonna look at the main card for our Libras. Ooh, Five of Wands. We are expanding, Libras. Oh, this is gonna be a fiery springtime. Oh, I'm here for it. Okay, so we want April, May, and June. So May and June. Okay, interesting. Don't really like the Six of Cups. Okay, June. What's June's card for our Libras? Oh, we get two actually. Fascinating. All right, I will let May make it. I think it's supposed to be like this. I will let May make it. Since we got two for June. So that's fine. We should let it pass. Okay, so our main card, Five of Wands. We're expanding. We are growing. There's tension that is pulling us. The earth is like, get up. The fire within us is awake. There may be some conflicts going on. We may find ourselves in some squabbles and things of that nature. It is what it is because we are moving forward. We are heading towards victory. We are overcoming the obstacles. We are like, you know what? I'm not going to be bored. I'm going to live my life. And I love that for us, Libras. So in April, we got the Sun card. We're feeling ourselves. We're shining bright. We're feeling confident. We're feeling self-assured. We're feeling like we want to play. We want to have fun. We want to like be in the sun. We have a King of Cups in reverse. So there may be someone who might be feeling this type of way about us shining so brightly. King of Cups type, someone who is usually probably, we keep getting a lot of cards out. This is really something. I guess the cards would really like to talk to the Libras, and we're going to let the cards talk to the Libras because they have stuff to say. Someone who maybe usually more emotionally comforting, emotionally supportive, all that fun stuff. Maybe feeling a little out of sorts, maybe feeling like things have been turned on their heads. But we are like, okay, we're moving on. We're not going to stick with this. We're not going to let this hold us back. We're very excited. And we are like, okay, well, get your stuff together because we got stuff we want to do. We have places we want to go. We have love we want to make. Like our hearts are flowing and overflowing. So either get with it or get out the way. It's very much giving that energy. So it may be someone who's usually very mature and maybe they're just like, maybe they're feeling a little ungrounded. Maybe it's us. And maybe we are usually a little bit more emotionally mature. But we want adventure, we want fun, we want excitement, and we're ready to kind of just lighten up a bit when it comes to our emotions. Now, with that being said, we're finding ourselves in a place of Six of Cups. Now, I talked about Six of Cups quite a bit with Pisces, but if you're not watching the Pisces video, let's get into that for you. Six of Cups is about rose-colored glasses, is looking fondly upon the past. It is maybe taking some wisdom, some knowledge from the past, and it is a little concerned about that we might be a little naively approaching the situations that are going on in our life right now. Let's get the clarifier for that. Oh, yeah, because we are leaving something behind. I think the light that we find, I think in recognizing that this situation, this person, ourselves are a little emotionally unbalanced and it's time for us to need to move on, to grow, to expand. While we may be thinking that like, oh, this is a nice time. This is a good time. We're like, you know what? I gotta be out of here. I think I've gotten what I can get from this and it's time for me to take a leap of faith and go in a new direction. I think the excitement that we get from moving into this space of like feeling this joy, this enlightenment, this passion, pushes us to realize that like, oh, I don't want to stay here. I can't stay here. I can't stay in the past. It could have been a good time. It might have been a great time. This partnership, this job, this project might have been a great time, but it's time to move forward. It's time to take a leap of faith into something more. And here we get then moving into, so in April, we maybe leave some things behind. We may close some things out. We may emotionally decide to shift into a new space, into a new area, to be a little brave, to take a leap of faith, to move on, just like to move on. And so from there, we get the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups. We're picking up a new cup. Our cup is overflowing. We're moving forward. We're going in a different direction. We're feeling much more confident, much more self-assured. That sun energy is carrying forth. This energy of fire is flowing through us through this. Oh, and it is eclipse. We have a lot of eclipses going on, North Node and Aries. It is a lot of pulling into this direction of like what's actually aligned for us. How do we be the sun? This is also Leo energy, but like, how do we be the sun? We have the Fool right there with the sun shining behind them. Like, how are we the sun? How are we blessed? How are we able to share these blessings and take to utilize these blessings? Feeling confident, feeling protected is, again, we get double protection here from the dog and from the cat, from the masculine and the feminine. We are protected all around, spiritually, environmentally, all these things. Like, we are protected in the actions that we're choosing because we're choosing to align with the path that is for us. And our cup is overflowing. Let's get our clarifiers. We just need 2. We don't need a whole bunch of them. How is this in reverse? Okay. Interesting. Ooh. Well, me, oh my. Okay, so we get the Empress and we get the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so in May or in June, as clarifiers for feeling so confident, getting our cup to be overflowing, we're moving into Empress energy. We're utilizing Empress energy. The seeds have been planted. We're sitting on the egg. Things are growing. Things are going. And our legacy is perhaps being turned on its head, being rewritten, perhaps. The things that we've inherited, the things that we have picked up from our family, looking at the past through rose-colored glasses. It's just like, you know what? I don't know if that's it for me. We have the Empress energy is something that I've also started to really kind of like dip into, because the Empress, I usually align the Empress so much more with like earthy Taurus energy, the energy of creation, the energy of the abundance of the earth, the energy of all things just coming to fruition, of just like birthing, creating, that lovely Venetian beauty and peace that comes from that energy. So that's usually what I really align the Empress energy with. But Empress also has like this, the fire. It's the fire of creation. So again, we're coming back to this kind of narrative about this inner fire, our inner peace, our soul, our juju, the thing that lights us up, that je ne sais quoi, right? It is that thing that makes us us, the thing that makes us Libras, and your significant individual self. But like really embracing that, really like taking that in and allowing yourself to be loved, loving yourself, your cup overflowing, finding joy and happiness and peace, and never settling, creatively continuing to let that energy just flow throughout you. And this Empress is sitting on her throne. She's got her wand resting in her hand, resting in her space of power, of understanding that her creativity, her ability to be able to create is a portal of life, and that we hold this portal of life, and not just in the like, just for like femme presenting or cis women. It is for like all beings are able to create. All beings are able to birth new things into reality. It just may be in a different form, in a different way, and we decide what that looks like. And so this idea of legacy, this idea of 10 of Pentacles, of these things that we're carrying forth and building up and really creating, it's being turned on its head. Our legacy is being turned on its head. Was this legacy, I think this is the only pentacle that's here, was this legacy built off of us coming from a position of power? Was this legacy, was this thing that we were building up created from a space of confidence and self-assuredness and knowing what it is that we really wanted? Or was this something that was coming from this space of the rose-colored glasses and the dependence upon these other people, or from being very immature emotionally? We grew up. We're growing up. And in that, we are recognizing that we have to shift these things around. Our legacy has to change. What it is that we are creating has to shift. And we are intentionally and purposefully jumping into that. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. There may be some losses that are going on here. There's some tension. There's some fighting that can happen. There's some clash that could go on between you and your family, you and the King of Cups, you and this spirit of people wanting you to stay in this place that you've been, to continue creating the same things, working in the same job, going to the same class, finishing the same majors, living in the same place. There's people who want you to stay there. They have pleasant memories there. This keeps you in this same space as, baby whoever, the young you that you were, the person who would naively be able to, make these connections and do all these things, but you're not that person anymore. You're growing up. You're walking away. You're taking a new path. You're jumping in. You feel this fire within you, and instead of trying to put a lid on it and push it down, you are letting it spark and flame and grow. And you're like, let's see where this can go. And where it will go, where it can take you on this journey of the Fool, is to being the queen. Is to being the queen, of being the Empress, of being able to channel that fire, that energy that starts with the Magician, into creating something that brings you great joy and happiness. Ace of Cups, and may not have anything to do with the legacy that you were thinking you would build, the legacy that you have inherited. It has turned all of that. The 10 of Cups has been turned on its head. You are building something completely new and different. Let's get into your outcome. Outcome for our Libras. 3 of Pentacles. We got one more pentacle here. So teacher, instructor, partnership, 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so our outcome here is we may come to a partnership. We may begin to work with new people. We may become a teacher. We may become a student. We may collaborate on a project. 7 of Cups in reverse. I talked so much about 7 of Cups. And needing to pick a cup and needing to make a choice. And we go from this 6 of Cups to with the 8 of Cups, and then that 7 of Cups in reverse. It's just really giving that maybe the cups that we thought that were available to us, maybe the cups that we thought we would like, maybe the cups that we thought we would choose, we turn all of those on their heads. We pour them all out. All the fantasies, all the dreams, all the choices, we pour them all out. All the cups that we thought that we knew what they were. Our cup is overflowing here. We have a brand new cup at the end. At the end of May, we have a brand new cup. And then we find ourselves learning a new thing, building a new legacy, collaborating in a new way, finding new partnerships, finding new ways to come together to build something new. And those cups that we thought that we might be leaning towards or working towards are just turned on their heads. They're just completely different. They're upended. That emotional connection that we had to them, maybe it's gone. Maybe it's something we thought that we were so deeply attached to. It's just all of a sudden like, you don't even want that. That isn't even what you want to build. It seems like a lot of things that we may have thought that we were wanting to move towards gets upended. I think also that a large part of this is that Aries North Node. That North Node moving through Aries, that is saying that like the way that we've worked, the way that we've collaborated, the way that we have compromised ourselves in the past has to come to an end, and we have to become the sun. We have to become that Aries energy. We have to become this initiator. We have to become this guy. I would say that it is more than likely you are moving into the role of teacher. You are moving into the role of the creator. You are taking on a leadership role. You're no longer fighting yourself. And because you're not fighting yourself, you're not fighting other people either. You're standing strong on your decisions. You're standing in a position of power. And maybe you're mentoring to learn how to be in that role. But I think that it's something that has turned all these cups on their heads. Completely unexpected. completely outside of what you thought would be the options that show up for you. Let's get your Libra Oracle card. Elixir of Life. Ooh, I don't think I've ever pulled this one. So let's see what that one's about. Elixir of Life. Mortality. Oof. This is the one. Mortality is a reminder that life is short. The Elixir of Life card does not offer immortality, but shows up in a reading to remind you that there are things that are greater than us, and by adopting this philosophy, we can become part of a whole that is of itself immortal. We want both simplicity and abundance, and seeing the pure energy connecting us can be liberating. Our unconditional capacity for love and kindness is immeasurable and has the ability to remove all fear. Acknowledging the laws of nature that govern the universe places on us the power and responsibility to create our own sense of meaning. I feel like that's really that 10 of Pentacles. This card can be used in a variety of ways that can best be determined by you. The Elixir of Life offers insights when you're on a quest for meaning. Meditate with this card when you need to free your mind and see the bigger picture. Imagine taking a sip of truth serum and looking within to see what truly makes you happy. Energy lives forever. What is your legacy? What is it that you're building? What is it that you're creating? What are you putting your time and effort into? What will you be leaving behind? And maybe the Empress and the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Cups is saying that, like, there is no such thing as a legacy per se of a definitive thing that you've created. Maybe just in the way that the Empress is this ongoing, life-giving, creating energy, maybe your legacy is ongoing and life-giving and will continuously be growing. And that there is no such thing as a 7 of Cups, just 7 options or just 7 things that you will make. Maybe you will make endless, boundless, life-giving creations. And maybe they will just multiply and multiply and multiply, and you'll continuously just be cups overflowing and growing and growing and growing. And maybe that is the actual push that's being made here, is to not limit yourself in the sense of you do need to pick a cup, which you do. You move forward, you get the spark of it here. It starts in April. You get the spark of it here. You wake up about some things, you realize some things, you have to, be a little bit more mature and realize, okay, I got to let the past be the past and move on. Take this chance, take this leap, find this confidence, and your cup overflows. It's great. It works out. Wonderful. Love this cup that you chose. But it is like an actual overflowing cup. It is like an actual ongoing. There is no 10 of Pentacles in the sense of, oh, look at what I created and what I made. It is ongoing. It is a portal of life and a portal of creation that is ongoing. It is infinity. The 10 of Cups, the 10 is 10, whether right side up or upside down, whether going forward or in reverse. It is releasing the past, truly, and creating your own that is ongoing, ever living, ever going. And while you may not be immortal, and you need to make the best of your time here, what you create is ongoing. It is not static. It does not stop here. And so you step into a position of power. You step into this 3 of Pentacles. You step into learning, to teaching, to growing. And you turn these 7 cups on their heads. And you say, all right, we're ongoing. We're living. We will continue to make more cups and more cups and more cups because my cup is overflowing and it never ends. Okay, that's it. All right, Libras. Love you. See y'all later. Have a great, wonderful spring equinox. Bye-bye.